Once again, this is Jose Trujillo. I'm a fine art artist. I'm coming to you from a corner of my art studio to talk to who today? To artists. This is about this idea that has been passed on from artist to artist, from art studio to art studio, and it really. I know I laugh about this. It's no laughing matter. It is a little bit. But the only reason these kinds of things happen that I'm talking about, it's not because people are like lack intelligence or any of that. It's not because of that. It really has to do with experience in the business, in the industry. It's after all, when you're working, devoting fully, into the industry, you quickly figure out that it's a business, and if you don't treat it as such, then you start learning the hard way, the painful way. So this is about and in no way am I saying that because it's a business you're still not an artist, right? There is that. So it's a dance between being an artist, right? Being a very open, fluent, you're an artist, and having that rigidness, right? That sword of the business. It's a dance. It really is a dance. But anyways, this is about look for collectors only. So this is the idea, right? That artists are like, oh man, I gotta look for I gotta find collectors where there's no collectors in my city. We used to say this. We used to say this stupid stuff all the time. There's no collectors here in this city, man. Where are the art collectors? So it was like all of us were, and I mean all of us, like 2 or 3 artists, right? We used to hang out together. We used to sip on wine and be cool, be purists. We were very purist artists. Just to mix our own paint, mix our own. You know what I'm talking about. Those of you who are purists. Anyways, so that's the idea, right? We're looking where is this mythical creature? Where's this collector? And every time we refer to selling artwork, we talked about selling artwork. We refer to this unicorn, right? We can't find this unicorn. Where is this guy at, or this girl? Where is that collector? And then some people even threw in other terms like art buyer. Oh shit, art buyer. Where's the art buyer? You guys, tell me where the art buyer is. The art buyer, of course, is a corporate, the corporate art buyer, or the art buyer, or the person that works for an established gallery, and sometimes they call themselves art buyers. I don't know why, but they do. Anyways, it doesn't matter, but we're looking for this, right? This collector and the art buyer. Experience has taught me that this art collector does exist, but it is a minority in the pool, in the sea of people that buy artwork. Now, I didn't say collect, that buy artwork. This art collector that most of us are like, oh, where's my art collector? Where's this art collector? Most people don't even look at themselves as art collectors. I had some people do some really good investment in my artwork over the years, and they still don't look at themselves as art collectors. And I can understand why, because it is almost like this idea of art collector. Like, what is that? Like it sounds like some very wealthy person that, I don't know, inherited this huge amount of money, and all they do is, I don't know, dress up like British, I don't know, dress up super nice, and walks around or drives around in one of those old Rolls Royce, and it's like, oh, I come here to collect artwork. Where have you been? Anyways, this cat doesn't exist, and if they do, for the most part, they're not out to collect your art. And I know, I don't want to burst your bubble. Most people, this is the thing that some artists get upset with me, because they think that I'm bursting their bubble. No, I'm shaking you a little bit. Sometimes we need a shaking. And you might hate me right now, but later on, when time goes by, you're gonna be like, man, that guy, You know, I remember reading from some of my mentors and talking to some of my mentors too, and they shake me. You know, it doesn't feel nice. It feels because you have this idea of how things should be, right? And then they shake you, and then they're like, "Look, dun, 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 dun. Things aren't always like this. You know, things." The dynamic of being an artist is different, and it's different for everyone, of course. I'm not saying that just my experience is the experience of every artist, of course not. But what I am saying is that I can only talk from my point of view, and that's it, right? I can't talk from Banksy's point of view or some purist artist in a I don't know, in a small studio, right, killing himself or herself to try to create the perfect artwork. I can't talk from that. I already did that. I can't talk from that point of view. I can reference that point of view, but I can't talk from that. I can only talk from where I'm going and how I'm moving forward. And sometimes we have these ideas that stop us, and one of them is locating this this freaking unicorn. Where is the art collector? So experience has shown me again and again. First of all, I'm not a one trick pony, and this is not my first rodeo. So I have been selling my work for years in different avenues. I used to be a portrait painter. Then I started working with interior designers, and then I started getting into landscapes, and then I went online, and then I went on eBay, and you know, now I have my website, and I also still do eBay, and now I'm doing Etsy, and I do face-to-face. One of my favorite ones is doing face-to-face. You know, I see a building, I stop by, and I introduce myself. So I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to tell you, through looking for these avenues and ways of selling artwork, I figured something out quick. Most people who purchase artwork are not art collectors. And if you continue to look for the art collector, it can be a very painful experience for you. If someone says, I like your stuff, and because most of us have had this experience. If someone says, I really like your stuff, right? And you don't go beyond that, you don't ask questions, you don't talk, you have to learn how to do all this stuff, right? Then you won't get to the art collector. It's more difficult. And I know that many other artists dread this because they're like, well, if you like it, you should buy it. Nothing sells by itself. And this is a whole other thing. I'm creating a whole other thing for you guys, for those of you who want to learn to sell artwork and how to sell online and this kind of stuff. I'm doing a whole anyways, I'll talk to you guys about it some other time, but stuff doesn't sell by itself. So this whole art collector that we imagine, it's someone coming to your studio and rescuing you and saying, oh my God, maybe it happened. I don't know. Maybe it happened for Basquiat. I don't know. Maybe it happened for someone. But are you putting your fate, your future, your work in the hands of something so almost impossible? And if that's you, good for you. You know, that's not me. But for those of you who is not you, I'm glad. You know, understand. It doesn't mean that if someone would come and knock on my door, on my studio, and say, Jose Trujillo, we were waiting for you. I'm so glad we found you. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be like, no. Let me do my own thing. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is my mom used to say something to me when I was a kid. She used to be very, very spiritual. She used to tell me, saints work and pray at the same time. She used to tell me this all the time when I was a little kid. You know, you work and you pray. I think some saints say you pray as you walk, or walk and pray, something like that. But it's the same principle, right? You want them to catch you working. You want them to catch you working. You don't want to create something and then hope that some art collector, art dealer, interior designer, or some gallery or whatever is going to come and rescue you, because that might be a very sad story if you're waiting for that. It comes to you, and whether you're a musician or whatever it is that you do, you know it comes to you. You have to go on the road and go play, or you have to start playing in the local venues, you know, whatever it is, or you have to do both. You know, go on the road, play in the local venues, and then try to land something. I don't know, play with Ozzy or whoever, whatever your thing is. Try to land that big one at the same time. You want to have all these things spinning at the same time, because you don't know which one's gonna hit. But maybe one of them is creating enough momentum to pay for the gas to go to the next city. You know, whatever. I don't know. I'll leave you with that. My name is Jose Trujillo. Remember, the collector has to catch you working. Otherwise, you might miss him. Thank you so much. Take care.